Hi, everybody. Welcome to Dining Debrief with Andrea and Brad.
We just got back from Lutèce in Georgetown, and tonight we had the tasting menu.
Which we have right here in front of us. So I'm gonna tell you what we started with, which is golden acetra caviar, pomme paillasson and creme fraiche, serrano ham wrapped around roasted strawberry and black garlic.
Barbecued carrots with honeycomb, pistachio puree, and sauce verte.
And then we moved on to tuna crudo with green tomato, cucumber, and delfino. There was this wonderful broth that they served it in, super spicy and green tomatoey and cold and fresh and wonderful. What did we move on to then, Anne?
This was one of the highlights of the meal for sure, and I think it's a signature dish at Lutèce. Parisian gnocchi. There's no potato in this gnocchi. Green garlic, English peas, burrata. I could have swam in it. It was amazing. Sourdough focaccia with rosemary, cultured butter, and basil oil, and a little dish of marinated olives.
Can I just say, cultured butter, everybody, please have cultured butter on your table. Executive chef Matt Conroy, who founded Lutèce with his wife and pastry chef Isabelle Cosse, was trained in French and Mexican cuisine, and the combination is wonderful. And these Parisian gnocchi were just truly to die for. Then we moved on to La Belle Farm duck. Cherry, chanterelle, buckwheat, and cardamom. It had this sort of buckwheat sauce underneath, this amazing sauce on each side of the piece of duck.
Yes, and I really thought especially after the gnocchi, that I was going to share my duck with Brad. Often I do that, but I had to eat every single bite. It was so delicious.
And I have to say, duck is easy to get wrong because the meat itself doesn't have a lot of fat in it, and so it can get sort of tough and not pleasant. This was just perfectly prepared, amazing, and to me, the thing that made it out of this world was the spices rubbed and on the skin of the duck. It was just peppery and just wonderful. But then it was time for dessert. But first, a pre-dessert. Andrea, what was that?
It was goat cheese sorbet with tomato jam. I had never had tomato jam before, but it was delicious. It was sweet, but it also had this sort of tang that you would think of with tomatoes. It was really wonderful with cantaloupe granita on top.
And then honey semifreddo with 18-month-old Comté cheese and honeycomb. I'll talk about that in a minute because the next thing we had was cannoli, caramelized white chocolate passion fruit sorbet, and roasted banana. That was just amazing. But this honey semifreddo, I mean, I think we agree that it's just amazing.
It's another one of their signature dishes. We had actually had it the first time that we were at Lutèce, and we're looking forward to it again. Glad we got to try it on the tasting menu. The cheese with this honeycomb is just extraordinary.
It's like honey ice cream on honeycomb, which made me think of my childhood eating a honeycomb breakfast cereal, covered with cheese, like this sharp, soft, shaved cheese. Who thinks of that? Well, Isabelle thinks of that. Andrea, bonus points. What bonus points does this restaurant get?
Well, for one thing, we got to sit in front of the kitchen so we could sort of have dinner and a show. We got to see everybody in action, which was wonderful. But it's a really beautiful space as well. The lighting is wonderful. You could take really nice pictures of both the food and your lovely company. And the other thing that I particularly like is the mocktails. They do wonderful mocktails.
Yeah, I mean, the mocktails, we're going to do a whole mocktail episode about our mocktail journey because we don't drink. I would add, and this is going to sound crazy, but these fancy restaurants, often their cutting knives, like they are dull. This place had very sharp cutting knives, which sounds like a crazy thing, but when you're trying to eat, you want to be able to cut bites of food. And duck can be difficult to cut. Amazing cutlery, high marks for that. Thank you for watching our very first Dining Debrief episode with Andrea and Brad. Tune in next time.